Good morning everyone and welcome to a cold and frosty day. Today we are going to be working on this again. We discovered a little problem yesterday. Well, no, that's a lie, not yesterday, the day before. Had it running because I installed our new little UTV LED lights and put some antifreeze in, so I started it up and I thought I'll try the steering, and I saw the steering was loose and that should not be like that. So what I had to do, I had to make this little adapter here, this bush, and what's that done is it's taken so much of the thread away, and basically that caused the, you see, take that little bush there, basically it was only meant to be like a temporary will it work kind of thing, and what's happened is the nylock part of the nut could not get onto the end of the thread and the nut fell off. So I've ordered some new nuts because they're M16 by 1.5 pitch, so it's metric fine. I'm going to collect them next week, but in the meantime what we need to do is sort this bracket out so that I can then take that off. The best thing to do is mark this down here with a pen and then support the cab. I can leave that bolted through there then to save me taking these off, and then I can undo the 4 bolts and take the plate off and cut it and bring this part this way, weld it back together, whatever that is, and that's it. And the worst bit is, if that was on this side, I wouldn't have to do any of that because I wouldn't have any interference from that. I was looking at maybe getting a rose joint, putting on here, welding 2 lugs on here, but it's 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. So what I'm going to do is just cut that and weld it, but it'll give me a nice little fillet in there anyway, so that's fine. We're going to get on and do that. Got me bottle jack in now, so hopefully it's just a case now of undoing these 4 bolts. The weight of the cab's supported, so that's good, and if I need to I can adjust it easier on the bottle jack hopefully than on the screw type jack. But if I need to, I got the screw type jack. If for whatever reason I can't put these bolts back in, then yeah, we can leave it on a screw type jack so it'll be safe, and I can always ratchet strap it to the roof as well. So let's see if these will come out. So if I can do these by hand, hopefully that means that I can do one. I can do that one now. So I can undo all them by hand, which means there's no pressure on that. And then this bracket will just slide off. Nice and easy. And we put some more copper grease on these when we put them back in as well, which will make life better going forwards. And what I'll do is take 3 out, drop the steering plate down, and then put these back in loose as a safety precaution. There we go. Breaks the seal. So just like that, quickly just pop these back in, make sure nothing moves out of place. And we don't need to do them up tight, we just need to basically make sure nothing's going to fall and go wrong, which, there we go. So I can do them up a little bit. Ooh. Okay, so next one out, nice and easy, like so. It's a hefty bracket, this, to be fair. So we're going to weld this with the arc welder, which will be nice and good, and we'll probably get the hot air gun on it a bit as well, just to, or we'll dump it in the sink in some hot water, just to take the chill out of the metal before we start welding. I've measured between the edge of here and the line where it meets on the cab mount. Found the centre, which gives me enough room to get a good weld in on the fillet, scribed around that, and now we're just going to cut through there with a grinder. I could use the mechanical hacksaw, but it doesn't cut very square for some reason, so that's just going to make a mess. So I'm going to grind through there now, and then we can get it ready for welding together again. And this is the bracket after I have done my cutting and welding on it. Had to just grind a little bit out of there, basically just so the 24mm socket will go over the nut all the way. Other than that, just taking a little bit off of here. Only reason for that is because it had spatter on it and that looked a bit messy. You need to give it a quick clean now with a wire wheel just to get any of the slag off it still. I've dressed the first run in a little bit better. I might take a little bit more off of this bit here just to tidy it up a bit more, but at the moment that's looking relatively nice. So it's far too cold to paint today. It's currently 1 degree, and I'm going to spray this with WD-40 and then put it back on the machine. I've now bolted the bracket back on because we have got a bare metal plate. I've put a bit of cardboard between the plate and the chassis rail and the plate and the cab mount, and that is just so that if any corrosion occurs it doesn't transfer through. This is the spacer that I've taken off, which was originally sitting on here. It's a bit tight going on there, and then that went into the original hole there to space it out. There is a little bit of play in that, but it does tighten up when you pull it in. So the idea was I offset that by that amount. So what that should let me do now is basically put the trackward end back in there. And hopefully we won't have any problems with interference. And oops, that looks a bit closer maybe. Okay, so that is very close there. What we need to do is rotate the cylinder around, I think, and then we'll be okay. I'm not sure how you can see from here, but I don't have my standing stuff with me, so I'm going to pop that back out there a second. And that will rotate that way like that, which will give me a bit more clearance and gives me enough to get that back in, like so. And there we go, that is, should be that done. And hopefully we've got enough thread behind now because, oh god, the paint's come off. So we've got enough thread behind now because what we've done is taken that spacer off, and that'll let the nylock grip. And then what I can do is, when the trackward end and that's all pulled in, I'll rotate this so that it runs parallel, and then that'll make sure there's clearance there to miss that bolt head. Alternatively, what I can do is take that out and countersink this and put a countersunk bolt in there, and that'll do away with that problem as well. But there's no interference issues anywhere now, so that's good. I'm going to collect my new nut tomorrow because it's a metric fine pitch. And that's that really, so yeah. We'll get the new nut tomorrow, that'll be going on ready for the weekend, and as long as the weather's nice we can go on the tractor run. Christmas tractor on, so I need to get a Christmas hat. Don't know where I'm going to get a Christmas hat from. Find a local shop.